Imagine being born in the quiet depths of a hidden nook where your mother carefully chose a space that's just enough for both of you. It's snug, almost too small, ensuring that no predators could sneak in. It's the perfect hiding spot for a newborn, like you. You, a tiny, fragile creature with no sight, no sound, and no clue what's coming. You're just a few inches long, the smallest predator around, and while your size doesn't scream danger, you'll soon learn to make the most of it. For the first few days, your world is entirely dark. The only thing you know is the warmth of your mother and the sound of her breathing. You're curled up in a ball, relying completely on her to keep you safe. But soon, the calm starts to fade. The harsh world outside your little nook beckons, and survival is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. And from this moment, your instincts are already firing. This is how it starts. And like most creatures, it doesn't come with a manual. You're left to figure it out. Your first lesson arrives quickly. You don't need to see or hear to understand danger. Your mother, for all her protective instincts, can't be everywhere at once. A predator might catch your scent or hear your soft movements. It's a tough world where food is scarce, and predators are always lurking. The key to surviving in such a place? Being silent. You're built for stealth, with your small, nimble body and silent paws that barely make a sound on the leaves below. You're learning, and your skills are starting to grow. But it's more than just being quiet. It's about moving faster than anyone expects. A predator might be bigger, stronger, or faster, but you're hard to catch. Your reflexes are lightning quick, your movements sharp. When you need to run, you sprint with the force of a storm. There's no hesitation. It's instinct. And when you don't run, you freeze, remaining absolutely still until the danger passes. It's a strategy that saved you more times than you can count. Hunting, though, that's where things get interesting. Your first attempts are clumsy, to say the least. At first, you're just flailing around, bumping into things, startling yourself. But you don't give up. Each failure teaches you something new, even if it's just the bitter taste of failure. The first time you catch something, it's the smallest of victories. But in the predator's world, those small wins matter. They mean you're one step closer to survival. Your mother might step in when you falter, but she's not there to baby you. She's a teacher, tough but fair. It's time to learn on your own. You follow her example. You start to observe. You start to understand. You mimic her movements, the way she stalks her prey with deadly precision. Your body learns what your brain knows instinctively: patience, skill, precision. It's no longer about charging in blindly. It's about waiting for the right moment to strike. By the time you're a few months old, you've come a long way. You've figured out the rhythm of the forest, the patterns of your prey. The first few months were all about survival, about figuring out how to be invisible, how to avoid becoming someone else's dinner. Now, it's about being the predator. You're learning how to pick your fights. Not everything is worth chasing. You don't need to waste energy on things that will only end in failure. But when the moment comes, when the opportunity is just right, you pounce. And your bite? It's as deadly as your silence. But even as you grow, the world never gets easier. The predators change, the challenges shift, and what worked yesterday might not work today. Still, you adapt, you learn. And that's how you survive in this ever-shifting, dangerous world. You've already proven yourself to be smarter, faster, and more lethal than most. And that's the key to survival: adapting. By the time you're a year old, you've become a solitary hunter, moving with more confidence and grace. You've learned how to mark your territory, defend it, and assert yourself. You're no longer just following your mother's example. You're making your own path. The other animals, the larger predators, respect the boundaries you've set. They know to stay out of your way. You've become a force of nature, quietly dominating the shadows, the unseen predator. But as you continue to grow, the challenges only get tougher. You learn the importance of staying hidden, of avoiding unnecessary confrontations. But you also know when to take a stand, when to fight. A reputation is everything, and you've earned yours by standing firm, by never backing down. The predators of the forest, lions, leopards, even the larger predators, know better than to mess with you. You've learned how to fight with purpose, how to make your presence known without ever showing yourself. Now that you're older, the world feels different. It's no longer about survival, it's about dominance. You fight for what's yours, for the territory, for food. Every move is calculated, every action a part of the plan. And though you're small, you have something the others don't: the element of surprise. You can disappear into the underbrush, out of sight, before anyone has a chance to react. As you reach your third year, you're becoming a legend. Your name is whispered in the forest. You've earned your place. The other animals, the other predators, know you as a force to be reckoned with. And as time passes, you learn that it's not about being the biggest or the strongest, it's about being the smartest, the one who can outwit and outlast. But as the world changes, so do you. The landscape shifts, the predators evolve, and you must evolve with them. The competition never stops, but neither do you. You adapt, learning new tricks, new ways to survive. Your hunting grounds shift, your territory expands, and your reputation only grows. You are the apex predator of your world, and no one is foolish enough to challenge you. By the time you're reaching 18 months, the world feels a little more predictable, but no less dangerous. You've got the basics down, but now it's time to refine your skills and expand your territory. You're not a kitten anymore, But the transition to adulthood is anything but smooth. You still have a lot to learn, and it's the little moments, the daily challenges that will shape your future as a true predator. You've claimed your territory, the ground you call your own. You patrol it relentlessly, marking every corner, every tree, every rock. Your scent is your signature, and anyone who crosses it will know it. It's an important part of your life now. You're not just surviving anymore, you're making a name for yourself. You're a force in the forest, and every creature around you knows it. Your territory is yours, but maintaining it, that's a different challenge. You've faced your first few conflicts. The older animals, those who've been around for years, are more than just rivals. They're obstacles, threats to your safety and your status. The bigger predators in the area are always looking for ways to expand their own territories, to claim more than they're entitled to. You've had your run-ins with lions, leopards, and the occasional rogue pack of wild dogs. These encounters are never easy, and there's no guarantee you'll come out of them unscathed. In your first real fight with another predator, you learned an important lesson. Aggression isn't always the answer. Sure, you're small, but you're fast, and your mind works quicker than most. When a leopard tried to take over a piece of your land, you didn't charge in headfirst. No, you waited. You stalked. And when the moment was right, you exploded. You darted in, claws out, teeth bared. The leopard hesitated. A single well-placed swipe sent it scurrying off into the underbrush. You'd won that battle not with strength, but with strategy. You learned that day that battles aren't won by brute force. They're won by intelligence. The more you grow, the more you see that speed and skill matter far more than size. You're getting better at moving through the undergrowth, blending in with the shadows. Your body is growing stronger. You're faster than you've ever been, and your reflexes are sharp. You've learned to move silently, to stay one step ahead of your prey, and even the larger predators. It's not just about fighting anymore, though. Your focus has shifted. As you get older, your daily routine becomes more predictable. You've got your hunting grounds, your territory, and your methods. You've figured out the best times to hunt, the spots where the prey are most abundant. You're out every night, silently creeping through the shadows, your eyes scanning for any sign of movement. You've learned when to strike and when to wait. The small mammals are your favorite. You're quick enough to catch them off guard, and the chase is exhilarating. But every now and then, you find yourself hunting something bigger, a bird, a frog, or a lizard. These hunts are trickier. They require patience, precision, and the ability to move with a level of stealth that most creatures would never think to use. On your second birthday, you're ready to step up your game. You've grown stronger, faster, and more skilled at avoiding danger. The forest is no longer an intimidating dark place. It's your domain. But that's when you realize you're not alone anymore. Your species, the rusty-spotted cat, might not be the biggest or the strongest, but you've carved out your niche. You've become a master of your environment, and you've learned how to survive against the odds. As you continue your journey into adulthood, you start to see the signs of a changing world. The once thriving ecosystem is starting to feel the pressure. The humans have started encroaching on your territory, cutting down trees and expanding their settlements. It's a new challenge for you, one that you've never faced before. Your territory is shrinking, your food supply is dwindling, and the animals that used to be a part of your ecosystem are becoming harder to find. But you don't panic, you adapt. It's what you've been doing your whole life. You move further into the depths of the forest, exploring new areas that you haven't ventured into before. The food is sparse, but you know where to look. You know how to adjust to changing circumstances. This is the beauty of being a rusty-spotted cat. Adaptability. You're built to survive in the most unpredictable of environments. As time passes, you become more and more of an expert in your domain. You find new ways to hunt, new places to hide, and new ways to keep your territory safe. But you also become more aware of the dangers around you. The forest is becoming more crowded. Other predators are starting to encroach on your space, and even the humans are starting to take notice of your kind. There's talk of conservation efforts, but you know better than anyone that survival isn't guaranteed. And then, one day, the inevitable happens. You find yourself facing an older, more experienced predator, one that's been around longer than you, one that knows the land better, one that has more strength. The battle is intense, and for the first time in your life, you realize that you might not make it out unscathed. You fight with everything you've got, using every skill you've honed over the years. It's a battle of wills, a battle for survival. But in the end, you've earned your place. Your territory is yours once again. And as you sit quietly in the shadows, surveying your domain, you can't help but feel a sense of pride. You've survived. You've adapted. And though the world around you continues to change, you know that you'll always find a way to thrive. As you grow older, the world around you changes. The once safe, dense forest is being replaced by barren fields and human-made structures. The trees you used to rely on for cover are gone, and your familiar hunting grounds are now exposed. The landscape is changing faster than you can adapt. At first, you try to shift your routes, but every corner you turn seems to be occupied by other creatures or predators. The world is becoming less familiar, and survival is no longer about just hunting. It's about outlasting the changes that are happening too quickly. Your muscles begin to feel the strain, and the once smooth hunt has turned into a battle for survival. Then, the machines come. They rumble through the forest, destroying everything in their path. The trees crash down, and your home is torn apart. You have no choice but to retreat, moving deeper into the wilderness, hoping to find some safe space left. But the land is shrinking, and food is becoming harder to find. Even the once reliable monsoon season no longer brings the same abundance. It's all drying up. The predators are everywhere, and with the land rapidly changing, you feel increasingly isolated. You adapt the best you can, hunting with even more intensity and speed, but it's not enough. The changes are too much too fast. Your evolutionary advantages that once made you a perfect predator feel like weaknesses now. The world is leaving you behind, and you realize that no matter how hard you try, survival is becoming harder. Eventually, you find yourself on the outskirts of your old territory, in unfamiliar places. The landscape is now a series of fields, roads, and human settlements. The animals that once thrived here have scattered, and food is scarce. You're exhausted, and the struggle to survive has taken its toll on your body. You're getting weaker. The constant movement, the constant fleeing has drained you. You can feel the world changing, and you realize that your time here is limited. Your legacy is fading, and with it, your species. The humans have pushed into your territory, and soon, there may be no place left for you. You've lived a life of stealth and survival, but now you face an inevitable end. The ecosystem that once relied on you is now in jeopardy. The balance is shifting, and your presence will soon be a distant memory. As you retreat into the last safe spot you can find, your body aches. The world outside continues to change, but you know your time has come. Your species' story, once defined by resilience and stealth, is coming to an end. The world will carry on,